One quotation I like from Lee Kuan Yew, which is right out of the argument that the turn of the 20th century economist Henry George made concerning value that's created by the community. Lee Kuan Yew said, "I saw no reason why private landowners should profit from an increase in land value brought about by economic development and the infrastructure paid for with public funds." So one could argue this is a real argument for equity. This says if the community creates value, the community should get that value back. So when we look at the development of HDB right in the core of Singapore, well, that's based on an argument that says that, in fact, the public should have access to the benefit of living in the core of Singapore. In contrast, the argument that was made in New York when they were developing Battery Park City is, well, they couldn't develop any housing there for low-income people because the land was so valuable that the thing to do was really to realize the most possible value from the land and then to use the money to build housing for low-income people somewhere where land was cheaper. But some kind of slip happened, and in fact they built the high-income housing in Battery Park City, and they didn't use the proceeds to build housing where land was cheaper. I think that Singapore has a very strong outcome orientation. It retains this goal of keeping the great majority of the citizen, and it's important to say citizen, population in the public housing sector. Whereas other places, including Hong Kong, by the way, have lowered the income level at which you qualify for public housing, that Singapore has raised it, thereby enabling a very mixed income population to live in HDB buildings. So the Singapore system captures for the public much of the increments in the value of land.